Welcome back to another broadcast by Trinity Kingdom Outreach Incorporated, mobile and media ministry. My name is Abraham, and here at Trinity, we're all about impacting and edifying, meaning a convergence of knowledge of who Christ is and practical application of kingdom principles and behavior. There must be some type of manifestation or evidence of the knowledge learned from the gospel of Jesus Christ in order to be considered effective. On the other hand, if you missed the last broadcast of the Exposition of Jude, just go to our website at trinitykingdomoutreach.org and click on the tab that says Mobile Ministry/Bible Exposition. And once you click on that tab, if you scroll down to midway of this page, you will see a video entitled The Exposition of the Epistle of Jude, Part 1. It will go over the outline, the theme, which is contending for the faith, date of writing AD 70 through 80, background, purpose, survey, and special features that you can look at as well. Now, if you look at your outline, which is located right below the picture that says earnestly contending for the faith, you'll see that the Christian greetings, verse 1 through 2, that'll be the first thing that we're going to discuss today. Now let's listen to the Christian greetings used by the permission of Zondervan, New International Version.
The letter of Jude. Jude, a servant of Jesus Christ and a brother of James, to those who have been called, who are loved in God the Father and kept for Jesus Christ. Mercy, peace, and love be yours in abundance.
Now let's get into the text of this epistle and find out what Jude wants us to hear. Like I stated before, today we're going to be discussing Christian greetings, verse 1 through 2. Now, although this is considered the Christian greetings, it's actually packed with vital information that really sets the tone for this epistle. Briefly, in this verse, there's a couple of elements I want to point out. Number 1, Jude is referring to himself as a servant. Let's dissect this word, servant. Servant. In this context, a servant is considered a slave. It's considered a slave. Okay? That is someone who belongs to another. In this case, Jude belongs to Jesus Christ. Similar to a bond slave. Okay? Jude does not have any ownership of his home. Now, don't think of Jude as a low citizen. In fact, in the New Testament, this word servant is used with the highest dignity. So just because you read Jude, a servant of Jesus Christ, does not mean skip this epistle. Rather, it means Jude has the right to be valued and esteemed because of his relationship with Jesus Christ. Okay? So out of being a slave of Jesus Christ comes the right to be valued. Okay? So that means that our relationship with Christ is how we identify who we are as believers. I got a question for you. Do you know anybody that claims to be a slave of Jesus Christ? Just something to think about. Basically, Jude identifies himself as a slave who is willingly to live under Christ's authority. And you have to get this. He is a devoted follower. Okay? Jude is uncompromising in what he believes. Okay? So to make sure we're all on the same page, you have Jude as a servant, as a slave, a bond slave. That is valued in the New Testament, and he is a devoted follower of Jesus Christ. Okay? Now, keep in mind that the writer of this epistle is one of the 4 half-brothers of Jesus, and not the apostle, Judas Iscariot, the one that kissed Jesus and betrayed him. Okay? So when it says Jude, a servant of Jesus Christ, a bond slave of Jesus Christ, and a brother of James, that brother of James is letting you know he's not talking about Judas Iscariot. Okay? And then Jude says in verse 2, to those, actually we're still in verse 1, to those who have been called. To those who have been called. Now let's look at that phrase. To those who have been called. Okay? Jude is referring to believers who have been set apart from sin and the world, brought near to God, and consecrated for service. Consecrated for service. That's set apart from the world. Consecrated, set apart from the world. To do what? To do the work of the ministry of Jesus Christ. Alright? The King James Version says, to them that are sanctified. Jude is vividly writing this epistle to a specific group of people, which are believers that are consecrated and ready to do the work of the ministry of Jesus Christ. Okay? So Jude, the slave, the one that is valued, the devoted follower, is writing to consecrated believers that have been called out of the world, summoned together to do the work of the ministry of Jesus Christ. Okay? And he says, in verse 2, mercy, and I really like this right here. You got to get this. Mercy, peace, and love be yours in abundance. Okay? And verse 2 is kind of like a bonus. Okay? It's a bonus that Jude writes to portray our special, intimate relationship that we have with the Father. He says, mercy, peace, and love be yours in abundance. Now, the phrase, be in abundance. Okay? That literally means be multiplied, be in abundance. Literally means be multiplied. Okay? So you as a believer, a consecrated individual that's been set apart, called out of the world to do the ministry of Jesus Christ, if you decide to willingly give yourself up to Christ, Okay? Number one, you have the right to be valued. Number two, these are things that you will receive from the Father. Mercy, peace, and love be yours in abundance. This is the kicker. This is a quantifying adjective that reiterates the fact that we as believers, children of God, the ones that have placed our faith in Christ Jesus, draw near to Him, and His mercy, peace, His love can be doubled, tripled, or even quadrupled to us. Okay? So that's why it's so important to take your salvation seriously, because there are some things that you can receive just by being one of the Father's children. And that's what Jude was writing in the Christian greetings. He was letting us know that, hey, listen, this is for you. I'm a servant of Jesus Christ. But this is for you as a believer to do what? To earnestly contend for the faith that was once entrusted by the saints.